If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 76 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 15 after the transfer targets video on Wednesday and then my subsequent video on Thursday, which I recorded before you'd seen the transfer targets video. This one was recorded after you've seen the transfer targets video, so we've got a couple of extra names to add into the list of potential signings. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier on in the week, we're trying to move on Cesc Fabregas and Marco van Ginkel, so we'll have to wait and see who goes into which deal and which ones we can actually work out. But we've been able to offer Ivan Rakitic a contract. They've accepted the offer. I think it was 3 million plus Cesc Fabregas, which is pretty cheap, to be honest. So we'll have a see if he wants to accept that particular contract. Still trying to work out a price for Toni Kroos, but we've added in Sergio Busquets, seemed to be quite popular in the comment section of the previous video, and also Miralem Pjanic was definitely one of the more popular suggestions in the comment section. So they have both been added to the list, and we will try and work out a deal for as many of them as possible. And then at the end of the episode, going to need your feedback on, once you've seen throughout the video, how those particular deals progress and which ones we can do, which ones we can't do, and what is involved for each individual deal. I will need your opinion at the end as we go through that list in the shortlist on which ones you would like me to prioritise over the others. But obviously there are transfer dealings between now and then that would change any opinions that you might have after seeing the list at the beginning of this video. So make sure you stick through and watch all the stuff in between the games as well to make sure that you are bang up to date with the situation of each deal when we get to the end of the episode. And then obviously feel free to leave me your comments in the section down below as to which ones I should sign. But we start eventually with some gameplay. It's against Hull City in the first leg of the Capital One Cup semi-finals. Now, obviously, you would expect us to breeze past Hull City in a fixture such as this. We have done very well against them in the league so far this season. We get off to a perfect start here as well. A wonderful header from Diego Costa. Such power and strength in the air. Defenders just falling to the floor around him, just bashes them to the floor. And we take a 1-0 lead, continuing to be on the offensive, as you would definitely expect us to be in this situation in a cup semi-final against a side like Hull. Obviously, they are a decent team and did get to the FA Cup final last year, although obviously they were unfortunate. Well, maybe unfortunate, maybe just really, yeah, probably unfortunate. They went 2-0 up really early on, didn't they, against Arsenal? So perhaps they're unfortunate not to come away with the FA Cup win last year. Arsenal obviously winning it back-to-back seasons after beating Aston Villa this year as well. But I'm talking about real-life stuff. We're on about the game right now. We are still 1-0 up, trying to make the moves to get a second goal. But Jakubovic in between the sticks was determined to keep me out at full stretch again there to deny Eden Hazard picking us up a second goal. So into the second half we go, literally from kickoff. They brought on someone for Yannick Sagbo. His name was too long for me to briefly see there and to be able to pronounce quickly. But here is Burak Yilmaz they've got up top, and he equalises immediately at the start of the second half. They've brought him in from Galatasaray, and he's on the score sheet 2 minutes into the second half of the Capital One Cup semi-final. Question was, could they keep the scoreline level, or were they going to find themselves going behind again? Lovely shot by Oscar, but again, Jakubovic at full stretch to clutch that one out of the air and keep it away from me. But the highlight is continuing. There's something else coming. Matic wins the header in the midfield, gets it down to Oscar again. Costa's got 2 or 3 defenders in front of him, so he lays it off to Nemanja Matic, and that is an absolute fucking strike from Nemanja Matic. That's what I like from my midfielders in that CDM role. I'd like them to push forward and occasionally have the odd pop shot from the edge of the box. It's not something you'd really associate Nemanja Matic with in real life, although he has had a couple of absolute screamers go in past times. I think he was it him that was involved in the Puskás 2 or 3 years ago? I think it was at Benfica, but he scored an absolute cracker for us there. Scored a good goal from distance for Chelsea this season as well. May have been against Manchester City. Again, my memory fails me, I apologise. But we are 2-1 up now, though. They did go up the other end and hit the post, though, as you saw there. So they're still threatening. Costa turns inside here. Again, though, Jakubovic, great reactions. I was trying to kind of give him the eyes and make him believe I was going to go a cross goal, and then drilled it at the near post with my left foot. But he was able to shove out his left foot and keep it out. But we do get a 2-1 win from the first leg of the Capital One Cup semi-finals. And obviously 2 away goals to go hand in hand with that as well. Now, Valencia have accepted our bid for Daniel Parejo. He's pretty similar to Cesc Fabregas. Not the best physically, but good enough physically and extremely technical. That bid was £12 million plus Marco van Ginkel, and we're looking, or I inquired after Miralem Pjanic as well. They say they want 28 million, so obviously we're trying to move on two of our midfield players. So £10 million plus Cesc Fabregas is about what they've asked, really. 27, perhaps playing a little bit too much more there than I perhaps should do, but I wanted to get to the position where I was able to offer you guys the option for enough players. Busquets, they want 22.5, so 13 plus Marco van Ginkel is valued at about 7. That's 20 million in total. I'm hoping that they will accept that. And just as another extra random transfer, I thought, why not go for Philip? Someone commented it in this comment section. I thought, well, we've got a player that we can use at right back and at CDM at the minute in the shape of Oscar De Marcos. Why not try and swap him out? Just considering this is our last season at Chelsea and we're having a bit of fun with this save right now, why not try and bring Philip Lahm in instead? He's 33, but his stats are still fantastic, still 87 rated overall, and we're only going to be here for another 6 months in this series, so why not throw Oscar De Marcos in plus 5 million and try and get Philip Lahm? Still trying to work out a deal with Real Madrid for Toni Kroos. Unfortunately, they're wanting quite a bit of cash to go along with Cesc Fabregas in that particular deal. Nangolan, Roma didn't want Marco van Ginkel, so they say they just want money, so I'll offer 8 million and we'll see what they say. They said they wanted 10, still can't believe that they wanted such a small amount of money for such a brilliant midfielder. Liverpool initially said that they don't want to sell Pogba to us for any price, but once we've tempted them with a little bit of money and the offer of Cesc Fabregas, they do seem to be a little bit more keen. However, there's been a setback with the Raja Nangolan deal. Unfortunately, they have accepted an offer from Schalke for Nangolan for 8.5 million, and that means that I'm not now able to continue on with dealings for him. Apparently, they can't accept a deal for him from me and from Schalke and let him decide which club he'd like to go to. They've just accepted the bid straight from Schalke and now won't let me talk to the player. So unfortunately, Nangolan is now off the list, so we won't be able to bring in the Belgian. I'm still trying to work out a deal for Sergio Busquets, so they weren't keen on Marco van Ginkel, so we'll see if they want Cesc Fabregas instead. Obviously, he's valued about 7 million more. No, 10 million more, sorry, than Van Ginkel. So we'll see what they say to 7 million plus Cesc. They did accept, though, Bayern Munich, the offer of 5 million plus Oscar De Marcos for Philip Lahm. Wasn't expecting it to be that easy, to be honest. We've already poached Robin and Lewandowski from the German Giants. We'll see if we can get Philip Lahm as well this season, offering him slightly less than what he's on currently. And we'll see if he'll actually accept that. Had the offer accepted for Miralem Pjanic as well, trying to work out a contract deal with him. Obviously trying to offer them as low a contract squad role as possible so that we don't have anybody being disappointed with a lack of first-team football, because obviously I like to rotate my side a lot. Then PSG come in with an offer of £15.5 million for Cesc Fabregas. Now, if I can just sell him on for a massive fee, then we won't need to worry about using him as make weight. We can just go out and buy players. So we'll have to wait and see what PSG say to the counter offer of 40 million. Is a lot of money for a player like Cesc when he's 28 and obviously hasn't grown too much since the start of the save, but we'll see what they say. They are PSG. They are liable to spending a lot of money on average players like David Luiz for 50 million. So I think Cesc for 40, considering their previous history, is actually a very good deal for them, but we'll have to wait and see if they accept it. Starting a game against Tottenham now in the league. Not a full rotation side this time, a couple of changes. As you saw, obviously Lewandowski up top and Ramirez starting instead of Cesc Fabregas in the holding roles in midfield. Coming up against, again, 86 rated Victor Anichebe. It was either the My Player or the Career Mode Road to Glory, where Anichebe got to 86 rated from West Brom and then moved to Bayern Munich. This time he's gone to 86 rated again, and he's not moved from West Brom to this point in the series, and they've moved him from West Brom to Tottenham for £39.5 million, which is absolutely ridiculous. But Tottenham were well on top. Anichebe himself there having the effort, just to confirm, look, 86 rated, and he's got 3 specialities as well. I don't know which, I was going to say one of them perhaps might be complete forward, but it's not gold, is it? So one of them won't be complete forward. Maybe you could let me know what those particular symbols mean, because I'm not sure off the top of my head. But Anichebe, clearly a world-class striker right now in this save. Hit the post with that header a moment ago, and they continue to be on top. They hit the bar with a header this time. Christian Eriksen winning that one at the near post, flicking on towards the back post, almost in a similar fashion to the way Jack Wilshere did in the My Player earlier on in the week. But Ian Robin cuts inside here, kind of run out of space here. Jan Vertonghen tracks with me well, obviously wanting to get the shot off on the left foot, but turn inside him again for a second time. We get so lucky with the way that it drops straight to Ross Barkley. Off Shearer says we take a 1-0 lead in first half stoppage time, completely against the run of play. But if there was ever a side as Chelsea that you wanted to do that against, it would be Tottenham at home as well. So delighted to be 1-0 up so far in this one. Ramirez comes close, not really too sure what the goalkeeper was doing there. Shot from distance, didn't seem to react to it until it was almost past him, and then he kind of panicked and going, oh shit, maybe that's gone its way in, and dived too late. This time though, dived perfectly and got a brilliant hand up to that one to stop Matic scoring a second extremely good goal this episode. And then we're in stoppage time at the end of the second half, and I pressed A here to skip the the cutscene before you get to the throw-in, and unfortunately the final whistle had gone, so I skipped the whole cutscene of that. But just to confirm, a 1-0 final result then at home against Tottenham, so delighted with that. And again, confirmation that unfortunately we won't be able to go out and get Raja Nainggolan because he is no longer with the side. He has now moved to Schalke 04 in Germany, so no Raja Nainggolan for us. So he's going to come off the list. Danny Parejo has had the contract offer accepted, like we saw earlier on. We're stalling on that, still trying to work out a fee for Toni Kroos. We'll have to wait and see if they accept. I think I dropped that down to 26 from 28. And Cesc Fabregas. That deal is worth £43 million. Whether they'll accept it or not is a different matter. But we'll go across and have a look at the shortlist. We're still trying to work out contract dealings with Philipp Lahm, with Busquets, with Miralem Pjanic and Ivan Rakitic. Paul Pogba, we're still trying to work out a fee. Toni Kroos, we're still trying to work out a fee. Danny Parejo has already accepted a contract. Which of those do you think I should go after? Obviously, this is Friday's episode, so I'll leave it 24 hours to 48 hours before I record Monday's episode, Sunday afternoon. And you can smash as many suggestions in, or, well, you only really need to do one comment, don't you, with a list of names that you think I should prioritise over others in the comment section down below. And then when I come to record the episode on Sunday, I will check that comment section and go with what is the most popular choice. A straw poll, I'm not really too bothered about putting a straw poll. I'd rather you just comment down below and I can sift through the comments so I can actually see which players you want and who you actually want as an individual, rather than it just being a statistic on a vote. So it'd be nice to see who you individually would like me to see bring into the club. So for now, we still sit top of the table, 2 points clear of Liverpool. They won their game in this match day as we beat Tottenham. Arsenal only drew theirs. No, Arsenal won theirs. They were on 39, weren't they? So they move up to 42 and above Newcastle, who have lost another game. Crystal Palace have drawn their game to move up to 41 as well, and then there's a bit of a gap down to Spurs. Manchester United continue to be 14th after drawing yet another game. So quite happy with the way the league is situated right now, and hopefully the right signing will be decided upon by you guys, and that particular signing, whoever it may be between now and Monday, will help us get to the Barclays Premier League title. And of course, we've got Barcelona coming up in the Champions League as well. We've also got the second leg of the semi-final against Hull City in the Capital One Cup, and a replay against Blackburn in the FA Cup as well. So a lot of fixtures to be played, a lot of players to be rotated, a lot of fitness to be kept, but hopefully we can do it with your help, obviously, with the new signing as well. So that'll bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, as always, and of course feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know your suggestions in the comment section down below. Which ones on those lists would you like me to prioritise over the others, and then I will go for the most popular choices. But that is all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.